Anybody see the E! Show Friday night? I bet you that was a good one. The one with that chick who looks like Pamela Anderson. I was taking pictures of her.
I forgot about that. I was out with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I heard. What? You're weird, you know that?
You're telling me?
Yeah. I get this call at my house. I'll tell you why you're weird. I mean, it was like, I get this call at my house, and, we have an answering machine that screens calls because I'm very famous, and I just can't pick up the phone. So, all of a sudden I hear on the answering machine, I hear, anyone there? Anyone there? Anyone there? Anyone there? I'm listening, and I go, oh, it's one of my daughter's friends. Because all these little kids whisper and stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah, and, they're weird. All the kids don't know how to talk yet. It's that adolescent thing. It's that prepubescent thing where your voice isn't formed. So I hear this. And all of Emily's friends call, and Deborah's friends call, and I don't even know what they're talking about. I can't even understand them. So I go, oh, it's one of the kids' friends. I go, maybe I better pick up. Because my daughter was out. I go, well, maybe it's my daughter. So I hear, hello? I go, who is this? Robin. And I go, oh, they're making a phony phone call. I go, it's not Robin. Who is this? She goes, no, it's me. It's me, Robin. Whispering. So I go, well, I'm getting to that. You know what? Part of me wasn't even going to ask her why. I just didn't want to know. I thought maybe she'd been jogging through Central Park. Yeah. I don't know. I think a bunch of guys tried to wild her or something.
Oh, dear.
So she goes, do you have Ralph's phone number? I go, Ralph? As in Ralph the berry homo? I go, why are you whispering? Because, I was getting to me already. She goes, I'm in the bathroom at Lincoln Center, and I don't want to call attention to myself.
No, that's not what I said.
She did.
I'm trying to be discreet.
Oh,
is what I said.
Trying to be discreet. I go, what?
Right.
So why don't you're whispering into a phone, why don't you just talk normal voice?
Because you never know who's in the bathroom.
Oh. I don't know what was going on, but Robin was in a bathroom.
Echoey, it's just very weird trying to talk on a phone in a bathroom.
I thought that Robin had left the show and was hired by the CIA to go undercover. He was like, I need a phone number.
I'm in deep cover.
I'm so far underground, I don't know who I am anymore. So I don't know. So I said, okay, I'll go get Ralph's number. I get Ralph's number. While I'm talking to you, I pull it up on the computer. I give it to you?
Yeah.
And you went, okay, bye. No explanation. It was just weird.
It's hard to talk in a bathroom.
And I just said, you know what? I'm writing a book. I don't need a new chapter. Yeah, right. I'm already overboard. I'm over 100,000 words. What were you doing?
You were only supposed to do 100,000.
Yeah, but I'm over. What did you do with Lincoln Center?
I was at the premiere of Seven, the new Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman movie.
Yeah, because evidently you were going to go with a girlfriend.
Right.
The girlfriend never showed up.
Never.
She's like you. She just doesn't show up. And you mean she didn't show up? You mean...
She apparently didn't get the address of the restaurant we were supposed to meet in right.
Oh. That's difficult. And then, what happened? You went to the restaurant. Did you eat?
No.
So you must have been fuming.
Yes.
So what did she do? Do you mean she just couldn't eat? Did she just drive around looking for different restaurants?
I have no clue.
Right. She's not your friend anymore now, is she?
Oh, sure.
Of course not. She's gone, right?
Hey. We'll never go out again. We can still be friends.
So then you, I don't know, you needed an escort rather quickly.
Yes.
So you called Ralph?
Mm-hmm.
And...
Isn't he in New Jersey, huh?
Yeah, but he lives right over the bridge.
Right over the bridge, yeah.
One thing about Ralph, he can be somewhere quick if you're inviting him for free.
Ralph made it to everything.
Yeah. Yeah, he beat your friend there.
Ralph saw the movie and everything.
Right. So you called Ralph, and Ralph came in and watched the new Brad Pitt movie, and then you went out to this is the story I got.
Yeah.
Then you went out to a party.
Right, they had a reception at the public library.
And Brad Pitt was there, but Robin said, I'm not going to go over and say hello to him because he doesn't want to be bothered. And
he had a bodyguard.
Right.
He was behind velvet ropes. How many ways can a person tell you, don't bother me?
Right. So Ralph goes, I'll bother him. I'll bother Kimber, Robin. So, Ralph?
And we get through the velvet ropes, right?
Well, wait, Ralph first got there himself.
No.
You went with him?
I got us through the velvet ropes. Don't let Ralph tell you he got you there.
Well, he tells me he went and connected with Brad Pitt and then brought you over.
What happened was then and people put us in a position which was right next to the bodyguard of Brad Pitt.
Oh, you're important.
And I started saying, I feel stupid standing here like this.
Right.
And Ralph got nervous that I was going to run away. So then he managed to find out how to get to Brad Pitt.
Yeah, well, he did. And he went over and he starts rapping to Brad Pitt. He goes, "Hi, I'm Ralph from the Howard Stern Show, Mr. Pitt. And, I just want to come over and say hi. We're a big fan." And then Brad Pitt was saying he's a big fan of our show.
Yeah, Brad was, he walked right past the bodyguard when he heard I was there. He came out and was like, "Robin," and gave me a big hug.
Yeah, and
he watches the E! Show. He listens to this show all the time.
Then Brad Pitt spit on Ralph for no reason.
Now I like it.
Yeah.
I respect him.
Yeah, Ralph's good at that schmooze thing. He knows how to get up there and drop my name.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have any shame. Let me put it that way.
None. "Hi, I'm Ralph from Howard Stern. He goes, "I'm Ralph from Howard Stern Show." No problem, drop my name. You're real good at that, man. Why don't you make people on your own without my name?
I did it for Robin.
Oh, I was trying to leave, and he did it.
Oh, she didn't want
All I know is Ralph is gay because he calls me up and he goes, "I would have sex with Brad Pitt." He's really dreamy.
He left. I'm telling you, Ralph is gay because then we're walking away. Because Ralph would have stayed there all night. Because after a while, when you're with a person like that, you run out of things to say.
Yeah.
And we had gotten to that point.
And Ralph would hang out.
And I heard Ralph beginning to repeat the entire rap.
Oh, Robin was just all goofy. She's like, I don't even know what she's saying. She's just babbling. She's like,
What
was she saying?
I don't even remember it, but it was so.
He was staring at Brad. I was having a reasonable conversation with the guy.
And then Ralph, you see, that's how Ralph works it. He'll, like most people would get embarrassed and go, okay, after a while, hey, let's leave the guy alone. You're sensitive that it's over. Mm-hmm. Conversation's over. You've met.
We had gotten to the point where you're such a big fan, you really ought to do the show.
Yeah. And that was it.
Have you?
Yeah.
And Brad was like, "Oh no, I'm a coward. Some people lead and some people listen. Howard's a leader. I'm a listener."
Yeah.
And
great.
then Ralph was, "Oh come on, he'd really love it." And he did that for a while, and then he started it again. I said, "All right, it's time to leave.
It's time to get Ralph out of there."
Enough of this begging.
Yeah, because Ralph's run out of things to say. No, you really should do the show. No, I don't want to do it. He's a leader. I'm not. No, do the show. Do the show. Do the show.
He's going to be on that note for the rest of the evening.
No, I know what Ralph does. And Ralph figures like he'll just hang with Brad Pitt for the night.
Right.
Like he's going to sort of just hang out there. Like, hey, maybe I'll just take a seat over here.
No,
you do though. You do that, dude.
I would have if there was a seat open.
Yeah, I know.
All the seats are taken.
Right.
He slams his way into a situation.
Yeah, I was going to hang with him for a while.
What is it?
You're saying how Ralph's like really weird, how he thinks, Brad Pitt's really good looking and stuff.
Yeah.
Ralph and I have been having this bizarre conversation for about 3 months now. But do you know who Ralph thinks is a really good looking guy?
Oh.
And he watches him on the news. Ralph's like really into Sam Champion.
Oh, boy.
He just said, he goes, "I don't know, man. I think the guy's really good looking." He goes, "I'm not gay or anything, but I think he's good looking, and when I turn on the weather, I enjoy watching him."
You're about as gay as they come, Ralph.
Ralph walked away.
I want to get my weather from just good looking Nazi kind of guy.
I like looking at him. I don't know what the problem is. Is that what he said, Gary?
Who would you rather look at, Al Roker or Sam Champion? I don't really care.
Who cares who gives you the weather?
You want to know the guy's honest truth?
Yeah.
I have never once cared if I saw the weather from Al Roker or Sam Champion. You're definitely a homo.
He walked away from that meeting with Brad Pitt, and it would be one thing if a woman turned to me and said, "Wow, he's really a good-looking guy."
Yeah.
But Ralph said,
"Wow,
man,
he's handsome.
He really is good-looking, isn't he?"
I would do stuff with him.
Seriously, you know what it was? It's like you see him in pictures, and you think, okay, he's a good-looking guy, but you see him in person, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that's exactly your reaction.
Hey, Taylor.
Easy.
If he's a vampire, he could bite my neck.
I would have let him do stuff to
Take
me.
it easy, man. Really, what's your story? Dude, all your legs are moving.
He was like a little girl.
Oh, Mr. Pitt,
he was the one who kept touching Brad.
Really?
Yeah.
He touched Brad?
Oh, you were leaning all over him. That's why I had to get out of there.
Was Ralph high?
He's got a nice...
He had a couple of drinks, but...
Did you smoke on the way over?
No. I didn't have time. I was in such a rush.
Hey, get ready.
for my big date with Robin. And Brad Pitt. I didn't know Brad would be there. I would have worn something nicer.
But the other thing about Ralph is you can take him to places like that, because even if Ralph gets away from you, with that hair, you can find him.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look for that mop above the crowd and you know where he is.
Cool, man. So you went over to Brad Pitt and you just go, hey, I'm with the Howard Stern show?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, come here, man.
Hey.
Robin wants to meet you. Get up over your ass and come here.
Get off your ass. Robin's here.
But
Get off your nice ass.
I figured out that's what other people do.
Yeah.
Because while Brad left that little safe area he was in to come over and say hello to me.
Yes.
And Mary McFadden, this designer, was sitting, she had somehow gotten past those velvet ropes and staked a table out right next to his, but still wasn't able to get close to him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, now that Brad's standing there talking to me, this little Indian guy runs over there and says, excuse me, I hate to interrupt your conversation, but Mary McFadden is over here and she would love to meet you.
No. Honing in on your action.
Yeah.
I was making time with Brad, and this little guy just weasels in.
Yeah, they saw you do it. They figure, hey, now's an opening.
Yeah.
Well,
and
they
isn't it great?
couldn't get to him.
I hate to interrupt your conversation.
But they're interrupting anyway.
Yeah. Dude, you had all night to go meet Brad Pitt.
You were sitting right next to his table.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that. What a dick. That's what you should have said to me. She said, you know something, you're a real dick. I gotta take, excuse me, Mr. Pitt. I gotta tell you something. Hold on a second. I gotta tell you something. This is the way you do it. You know, you have all night to interrupt my conversation. You could have walked over the whole night. The guy was sitting there by himself. As soon as I start a conversation, you hate to interrupt the conversation. Go pray to the dot in your head. I tell you, it's unbelievable.
So that's when I figured out Mary has people running around doing that for her.
Yeah, right. Well, you had Ralph setting up your next appointment.
He wasn't as good because I think he got blown off.
Yeah. Brad just went, thank you very much, nice. And he waved at Mary and left it alone.
Excuse me, Brad, while I punched this foreigner in the nuts.
Come here, Ivy.
Don't worry, Brad. I'll take care of it.
You should push the guy up against the wall and jacked him up. Body slammed him.
Listen, I worked hard to get here. Put me down.
So once Brad Pitt said he didn't want to come on the show, you just kept annoying him?
Yeah, Ralph now standing next to him. He almost had his arm on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And I thought, I got to get Ralph out of here because now this is getting obnoxious.
Now it's reflecting poorly.
The guy is being very gracious.
Right.
And he's a big fan. And Ralph is now going to
blow it.
Yeah. Just ruin the entire thing.
He's a douchebag.
Well, come on, I set it up. So.
You ever hear Snoop Doggy Dogg? He's douchebaggy bag.
Douchebaggy bag. Yo.
Yeah, the douche pound. You should see the douche pound.
Tea bag.
Douche pound in the house. The douche pound. All right, man.
Robin was so dizzy after the meeting, though. She just made a beeline to the door.
Oh, really?
She was just kind of like...
No, I was done.
Yeah. You met Brad Pitt.
Were you attracted to him?
He's gorgeous. Yeah. He's very sweet.
Yeah.
He was very gracious.
He didn't ask you out?
No, he's apparently a one-woman man.
Big deal.
He asked me out.
He asked you out.
He asked you out, right. Ralph decided to stay after I left.
Did you?
To get something going.
Yeah. Hey, maybe Brad Pitt will hang out with me.
Well, I went back and I hung with him for a while.
Did you really, man? What did you do? Ralph always does. He'll stay somewhere all night.
I know. He can't.
Like you split and Ralph decided to stay.
Yeah.
Well, I needed one more drink or two before.
Well, first, let me say this. I have heard you talk about Ralph at these card games and any other free event where food is plentiful and free.
He didn't bring his plastic bags with you.
He didn't know there was going to be food.
Oh.
So he didn't bring any bags.
He fills up plastic bags and takes it home.
He went, there was this big,
buffet.
Huge buffet, and he went up twice. The second time he came back, they had little plates because they were trying to indicate to you.
It's a little.
It's a nosh, a nibble.
Take a taste.
Yeah.
Then go out to dinner.
He came back with a pile of chicken on this little plate that was about 12 inches high. And, they had little sticks in them, so all these little sticks.
It's like an erector set.
Right. And I said to Ralph, what are you doing, eating for the week?
Yeah.
And he says, he lied and said, I thought you might want some.
Yeah.
No,
but then he sat there and ate all of it.
I didn't want it to go to waste.
Hey, I'm a bachelor. I just don't go for good food like this.
I hadn't had dinner because I rushed out of the house. And so I ate it all, but there was a big line, so I was being nice.
It was
and I
about
brought back
a pound of meat. meat.
I brought them back for you, Robin, so
I
you
brought
wouldn't
them
have
back
to
for you, my sweet.
I take care of my dates.
Of meat.
Yeah. That was a whole chicken.
And every time we moved, he says, "Let's go back to the bar."
He loves a party.
Oh, I tell you.
The food in the bar.
Well, I had an exciting weekend.